Hi, I'm Ashley Diet, a diamond leader with Young Living Essential Oils, and I want to thank you for joining me today. It's all about investing in your personal health and wellness, and you have taken the first step just by clicking on this video. So I can't wait to see what you're going to learn and how it's going to be part of a lifestyle change that's going to truly show you a path to wellness, purpose, and abundance. I started using Young Living Essential Oils about 4 years ago when I was just in the marketplace for something different, looking for a non-toxic lifestyle for my two little boys, my husband and I, and we spent hours and hours on Mr. Google searching what the best essential oils in the world would be and really how they could benefit us, how they could help with some irregular skin things, how they could help with some occasional discomfort after working out, and how we could replace those nasty toxic candles that we kind of knew were bad for us all over the house. We found that Young Living is the oldest, most well-respected oil company in the world, and has been producing therapeutic grade essential oils for over 20 years. So we were overjoyed. I found a random blogger that's now one of my closest friends online, clicked her link, and there you have it. We haven't looked back one time. My husband and I are just so blessed to be able to do this business together from home. We are a stay-at-home family is what I love to say, where we have the opportunity to both work this business together from our house and also enjoy raising our kids and doing life. So I want to say a disclaimer that I'm not a doctor. I know you might have thought I was, but I'm not a doctor, and I'm not here to diagnose, treat, prescribe, or cure. Everything I'm going to say is for educational and informational purposes only. And I promise you will learn many new ways to increase, again, your wellness goals. But I want you to understand that what we'll be talking about today is all living life above the wellness line. What the wellness line is to me is it's how I wake up every morning, the state in which I usually operate, how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, really my physical and emotional wellness and what that level is for me. So for you, as you watch this, I want you to think about every day where you are when you wake up and think about using Young Living oils and products to increase your wellness line and your capacity to live a lifestyle of vibrant health. So we're not talking about sick care, we're talking all about well care and how to get you even better than you are today and how you can wake up every day and pursue that vibrant health. I am using a script, and I want to tell you all this because it's something that's important to me. I'm not an expert. I'm someone on this path, and I want to be on this journey with you. So this is a script that I have for our team, and anyone can use it. It's available. It's a resource once you become a member where you too can print it off, use it, and share with your friends with grace and ease. So first off, what in the world are Young Living essential oils? What are essential oils anyway? I know for me, I really didn't know. I knew that they kind of smelled good. I saw them all over health food stores, and I heard they might kind of help with my cloth diaper laundry. But really what they are is essential oils truly are the lifeblood of the plant. They are the part of the plant that every time we cut grass or maybe even you chop part of a tree off to prune it or it's in your way, what happens is those essential oils flow through the plant and they heal, restore, and protect. Those three functions that essential oils have in the plant translates to their functionality in the human body. I believe that God designed plants for a purpose and for not just our enjoyment as in eating them, but for the healing of our bodies. So it's amazing to me that we have had plants for thousands of years, and some of us every day are rediscovering ways to truly use those plants. So essential oils are made from plants. They're made from shrubs, trees, leaves, roots for some of them, and pretty neat, there's even some of them that the plant material is actually dead before we go and distill it. So when we talk about them being from plants, what we're talking about is a process in which we actually distill them, which means we take the plant material, we harvest it, we put it down into a cooker, unless it's a citrus oil, and then we cold press it from the rind. But we put it in that cooker, and on a low pressure and low heat, we are actually able to produce through condensation, through evaporation and condensation, essential oils. So it's a really cool process, a very labor-intensive process, and a process that very few people around the world actually know how to do correctly. Our bodies, again, respond to oils in the same way in which oils respond in the plant, and it is a beautiful, harmonious design that God intended for us to use by taking advantage of these amazing therapeutic grade essential oils. Oils are greaseless, and a lot of times people ask me, well, what about the grease? What about when you put that stuff on your chest? Isn't it greasy? No, they're greaseless because they actually are not from the fatty part of the plant. They're not fatty oils. So that means they do evaporate. They're a lot different than your traditional cooking oils that you might be thinking of, like olive oil or coconut oil, jojoba, sweet almond, or any of those. You only need about 1 to 3 drops per use because they're so powerful and potent. And that means these little bottles right here go a long, long way. And you can start off with 1 drop and you can work your way up to using more as you just really increase your awareness of your body and how your body is responding. Thinking oils are new? Not so much. They've been around for over 1,000 years, for sure, and really thousands and thousands of years. And we don't even know, honestly, how old our earth is and how long they've truly been around. But for me, I love that historically speaking, we can find them in Egyptian hieroglyphs. We can find them in all kinds of awesome places, Babylonian tablets, and they are actually found in the Bible over 1,000 times. There are biblical references to essential oils and to their usage. There's an entire class we teach on the healing oils of the Bible, and it's amazing to learn about the historical and spiritual aspect of all of these living plants and essential oils that go along with them. We're going to go into the science, and I know I love to learn about the science. If this really isn't your jam, let me just give you the basics, and you can also delve deeper as you learn and grow in your knowledge. Go ahead and think back to 9th grade biology and think back to your cell. So your cell right here, we got our cell membrane. We don't have cell walls like plants. And what happens is essential oils can actually penetrate the cell membrane. Let's take a little journey. You put essential oils on your skin, and our skin is actually our largest organ in our body, and everything that we put on our skin actually goes into our bloodstream and affects us really in every different organ system in our body. Goes into our skin, into our bloodstream in 26 seconds, y'all. 26 seconds. And then it actually goes in and can penetrate the cell membrane via the cell receptors. They basically are little kind of like valves that let all the good stuff in. Maybe you're eating really healthy, you're working out, you're doing all these things that are great for your body, and that means you need to get these good things inside of your cells. That also means all that nasty stuff, that cellular waste, free radicals, yeah, we don't want that stuff. That junk has to get out of the cell receptors. Our cell receptors become clogged and impermeable because we do things like touch receipts, eat out of plastic, use petrochemicals like petroleum, right? And a lot of our personal care products. And that actually clogs our cell receptors and it makes them unable to communicate with each other, right? Different parts of our body, and unable to get rid of that nasty toxic stuff that is already in your cells. And it means that your cells can't get any of those great things that you're doing for your body through them. That to me is something that even if you don't know a lot about essential oils, knowing that fact, I knew for my family and I, we had to make a decision to truly get on board with this lifestyle and get rid of that junk that was causing our cells to be sick and get them back to a level of wellness. So when you do that, you actually need to make sure that you're cleaning your cells out. What I mean when you do that is when you live, right? Like we're all around BPA all the time. We're all around petroleum products. We can avoid a lot of them, but we tend to be around them just by nature of how our world operates. You want to be taking in things that are actually going to eat away at those petrochemicals. And a great way to do that is essential oils. They naturally eat away at petroleum byproducts. Like they take the cell receptor and they clean it. And like a good marriage, our cells need to have great communication. They need to know what's going on in your brain, signaling down to your arm that maybe it's a long day and you should put your arm down. I don't know. I'm just saying, our body talks all day long. Different parts communicate through our central nervous system, and we want to make sure that we are able to have our cells as healthy as possible. Again, you can delve much deeper into this later, but that's just an overview of the science and why it's so, so important. Last fun fact on the science front, each and every drop of essential oil has 40 million trillion molecules. Let that blow your mind. Yeah, 40 million trillion molecules. That's more molecules in one drop than we actually have cells in our body. And that's how when you use an essential oil, it affects every cell in your body in a matter of just 20 minutes. So again, you don't know what you're doing and you may be putting oil on your shoulder, but it should be for your knee. That's okay. It'll affect that part too. So why is Young Living different? Why am I even here telling you about this company and why it's something that I believe so strongly in? Again, oldest, most well-respected, trusted essential oil company in the world. We actually have 25 plus years of experience when it comes to our company and what we've been able to do around the world. And it's important to know that not all oils are created equally. At all. Just like not all food's created equally, not all products that we use in the personal care realm is created equally. I want you to understand that right now where we are, there's so many fakes out there that are taking and putting an essential oil in a little bottle, or they're labeling it essential oil, and it actually doesn't have to contain one drop, not one drop of pure essential oil. It can be adulterated. You can have fillers in there. You can have chemical solvents in there. You can even create synthetic fragrances in a lab and put them into a bottle and then sell them to someone as 100% pure essential oils. That's because the FDA does not regulate the supplements industry. Yep, that means you better go look in your vitamin cabinet, guys, and figure out where you're getting things from and how you can actually make some changes. Young Living can help in that realm too. This is that first wellness box that we're talking about today, where we're really learning about essential oils and the first set that you'll get your hands on. Subsequent monthly wellness boxes you and your family can invest in. You can get rid of all that toxic stuff in your house that probably you don't know where it came from. And one example is supplements. Something else I love about Young Living is we have something called the Seed to Seal Guarantee. You can visit that website at seed2seal.com. And what that means is all the way from the seed. We know it's very important where the seed comes from. It's very important to know the history of it. If it has been anywhere where it's been exposed to toxins or pesticides or other chemicals, all the way up to where we seal our little bottles. Every part of that process is guaranteed for purity. And I put my trust in it. I use these oils in my family because I know that we do what we say, and I know that the transparency is really where I put my trust in this company. And that's because you can be part of the process. You can go and taste, see, touch, just be part of this experience. I have visited 5 different farms around the world, and it's been an amazing experience to inhale those vapors as everything's distilling, to hand pick some of the crops, to cut down a tree at our Idaho Flats farm in Idaho, and then just recently I was able to visit our Northern Lights farm in Canada. And it was an incredible experience to see the labor and the true love that goes into it, the mix of art and science together, and to also really understand that we just don't pay enough for our oils. People are hand weeding all of the farms. I mean, it is a rigorous process, and then it takes forever, basically, for us to go ahead and actually distill it and then bottle it, and we triple test each and every batch of oil to make sure that it matches up to our standard of quality and purity. And if it doesn't, guess what? We use it as a pesticide or herbicide substitute back on our crops. We throw it out, and we never, ever, ever compromise on our standards of quality and purity. We are continuously working to improve those standards and always making sure that we not only match them, but we're transparent in that process with our customers and the world. Our company is also a billion-dollar company, and I think that's really important to understand because it's a company that is large scale and growing rapidly, but also remaining true to those values and making sure that you are getting the purest essential oils on the planet. So now let's talk about how to use them. I've mentioned a couple ways, but I want to go through and just make sure that you know exactly where to go once you open and unbox these beautiful oils. This is probably the time in the class that if you're not taking notes, you might want to. Or you could just watch the video over and over. The first way of using them is topically, and that's literally me taking a bottle right from this little kit and opening it and using it on my skin. I can use it topically in 2 different ways. The first way is neat. Neat means directly on your skin. And when you use it neat directly on your skin, that's when it's going to go quickly into your skin, bloodstream, 26 seconds. And I use that a lot when I want to smell an oil and use it where I would use a perfume. I use it topically neat a lot if I'm using it on an irritation. And the next way that you can actually use an oil is diluted. And when I say diluted, I don't mean diluting the effectiveness. I simply mean taking a carrier oil, which is one of those fatty oils like the coconut, jojoba, almond, or sweet almond, olive oil, any of those. And I am actually using it, so I am spreading the oil over a larger area to affect a larger area of your body Or maybe the oil's a little hot, which means it's going to feel a little irritated on your skin, and you need to actually have a carrier oil to make it so that is being dispersed over your skin. Or you're trying to act as a time release by taking it and it will remain longer on your skin because, again, you got that fatty oil, and y'all know like fat usually sits on the surface a lot more. I'm not talking about your body. I'm talking about fats that we ingest or that we use every day. It actually is going to sit on the surface longer, so it's going to make your oils last longer and actually spread farther and be more of a value to you. Something about using oils and using them on your feet all the time. I love to explain this because our feet, yep, you might have some crusty feet, and that's okay, because they still have 2,000 pores on the bottom of them. And that means that's more pores than any other place on your body. And your foot, your big toe to the back of your heel, it actually has something that's awesome that God designed in our bodies called the VitaFlex points. And that's where every single organ system and part of your body correlates to a part of your foot. Yeah, it's so cool, because when you do that, you might not know how to apply an oil to your stomach topically, but you can apply an oil to the bottom of your foot around about where your stomach might be, and it's going to affect that same body system that we're talking about. Love that. It makes me excited just to talk about VitaFlex because I like to discover new things about it, and it's definitely not an exact science. Just slap it on there and you will more than likely be able to feel those amazing effects of topical application. When you're stretching your oil and trying to use it in a diluted sense with a carrier oil, something you might use is a roll-on, and that's just a little roll-on with a roller top on it that you're just going to apply, carry it with you. It's a great way to make your oils last longer. It's also a great way to share them with someone and maybe make a gift as well. The next way is inhalation, and we all know that inhalation is so important because the power of scent and the way it affects our brain, it's the only one of our 5 senses that actually directly has an emotional connection to the limbic region of our brain. I want you to think back. What do you feel like when you smell apple pie baking, or fresh chocolate chip cookies, or maybe fresh cut grass? You probably think of a person or an experience. And that's why it's so powerful, and the emotional connection to smelling essential oil and how it actually makes your body feel and how you're going to respond. It affects the limbic region of your brain that I mentioned, but that's right in the center of your brain, and that's very quick almost as soon as you smell it. Important because most American homes, over 75%, actually admit to having toxic fragrances all over their home. And that's like, spray, Febreze, Glade plugins, candles, whatever it is. We have that junk. 75% of us have it in our homes. And the number one ingredient that actually makes it last a long time, but is totally toxic and a known carcinogen, formaldehyde. Yep, formaldehyde. That's what makes you not be able to smell something and everyone who walks in your house still be able to smell that. So please know that even if you take nothing away from this portion of our class, ditch that stuff because it's going to clog your cell receptors. It's going to cause a lot of long-term damage in your body that could definitely be protected. So benefits of using it this way. The number one way we actually like to use it as direct inhalation is through a diffuser. So this is my buddy right here, the Desert Mist Diffuser. I love the Desert Mist Diffuser. It changes 10 different colors. It has a steady 10-hour stream, and it's one of the options with this premium starter kit. And I love that because for me, I always want to have something diffusing my home, actually even if I'm not there. And that's because when you diffuse, it's non-toxic, it's mood enhancing, it purifies the air. That's the key part. If you're not there, you still want your air purified. It helps with sleep, and it also allows you to truly affect mood of people around you, even if you don't want to douse them in essential oils. Like, no joy for you, joy for you, joy for you. That's so awkward. You really just want to be diffusing it, make everybody comfortable, and make sure that you're affecting them, but not being the weirdo that's telling people what they need before they even know what an oil is. You can also mix up your own scents to affect an entire room. Most diffusers of this type, or the Dewdrop that we have as well, cover about 250 square feet. I love to use mine in bedrooms, and downstairs we have one in our kitchen and in our main living space. And if you have a stinky bathroom, it's a great way to put a diffuser, close the door for a few hours, and then check back. The next way to use them with direct inhalation is just opening the bottle and smelling it. That's, again, a great way to affect that limbic region of your brain. And it's a great way that you're not even using a drop. So I often smell peppermint essential oil when I'm feeling a little, like I just need to breathe deeply. Maybe I have some occasional head tension. Love to use peppermint for that. The next way to use them is really a way that's very unique to Young Living, and that's because of our oils being so pure, you're able to actually ingest them. There's many different ways you can ingest them, but to, again, caution you, I would never ever do this with another oil. You could do a lot more damage than good. So when you ingest essential oils, what you're actually doing is you're taking them internally because you want to affect a body system internally, or maybe it doesn't taste that great to you, or maybe it's a great way for you to remember to actually take them is by putting them into a clear veggie capsule. A clear veggie capsule can be bought from Young Living, from your local health food store, even from Amazon. I buy clear veggie capsules often so I can have them on hand for daily use, and sometimes we might need a little extra support in different areas. The other way that I love to ingest essential oils is in cooking. I cook with lemon and basil and thyme and all those vitality oils, which vitality, when we talk about that, we're talking about these white labeled oils. The white labeled oils are for ingestion, and there's also an accompanying regular set of oils down here that are the same as the white label. Like there's a peppermint and a peppermint vitality. There's a lemon and a lemon vitality. Don't worry, it's the exact same oil, friend. Let me tell you, it's just a different label. It's up to you and your family how you're using these oils. The next way that I don't do it as much because I would eat a lot of sugar if I did, is you take a scoop of honey or a spoonful and you drop the essential oil on there and then take it internally that way. It's a little treat to have honey with your oil, but it's a great way to get kids to ingest them, and it's a great way also to soothe your body with the honey mixed in. The last way that I commonly ingest oils is actually making a tea that can contain tea or could just be hot water. And then I'll use thieves and lemon vitality and some honey and have it all mixed up right in there. It's a great winter wellness drink. All right, so we've talked about how to use them. I've mentioned some of the safety protocol, but I want to make sure I'm very clear to you on this. Two things with safety. The first one is you should never put oils in your eye. Like, never ever put oils in your eye. Your eye is made mostly of water, and the oil is oil. Water and oil, they don't mix. So if you ever do get it in your eye, you quickly want to get a carrier oil or another fatty substance to wipe it out of your eye. You can put them all around your eye and across the bridge of your nose, just not in your eye. You also cannot put them in your ear. You can put them around your ear, you just don't want to drop them down your ear. Important to note, both of these places you can use oils, just not in them. All right, trying to be clear enough so that when you go to drop oil in your eye, you'll remember this tip. The next thing about safety is that whenever you are using a new essential oil, it's best to dilute it with a carrier oil and really just test how it feels on your skin. With kids and the elderly, you especially want to dilute first and see again how it affects them, and know all skin is different. So a lot of people, maybe peppermint might feel a little spicy on them, but then thieves is okay. You know, it just depends on the person, but when in doubt, dilute. And you can always work your way up to less and less carrier oil and maybe even the oil neat one day, but you want to test it out and see how it feels. Now we're going to talk about this premium starter kit, which is the star of our show. Young Living has over 150 oils and blends. These are just the basics. Basically like the salt and pepper in your house, whatever other flavorings that you use regularly. And really to get a good foundation and a solid start, you need between 10 and 20 essential oils. So meet your premium starter kit. Let's go ahead and get started and learn all about Young Living's most popular kit. First, we have lavender. Lavender is known as the Swiss Army knife of oils. It's one that I can think personally of over 100 uses just for this little bottle. Most popularly, we use it for restful sleep. I like to take it and actually mix it with some Epsom salts, and I always put the oil in the Epsom salts before I add to the bath because again, water and oil don't mix. You want to have it in those salts, then throw it in the bath for really a spa-like relaxing experience. It's also great for healthy skin. I always add it to my homemade skincare products or to enhance Young Living's Art skincare line. It's also wonderful for emotional health, and it's a great one to use around kids. It's very mild, and it's a familiar scent that a lot of kids tend to enjoy, especially around bedtime. I also add it to a homemade pillow spray that I use on our beds before bedtime or during transition time if you still are napping yourself or have a kid that's napping. And it's one that as you use it, you will discover more and more uses for it as you go. It's also my friend during the spring and fall, along with its friends, peppermint and lemon. Love to use the three of those together. Smell great, great in a roll-on, and great for me for the spring in Virginia. Again, hundreds of uses, just giving you a few right here today. And I'll do that with each of the oils in this awesome kit. The next oil is peppermint or peppermint vitality. So this oil is one that I have already mentioned in this class, but I love the way it smells. I love a drop on my tongue. I love to just directly inhale it. It is a great one for digestive support. Put a drop of this in some thieves, a drop of this in some honey. You can do it along with thieves or by itself. And then you just take the spoonful and it's great for your tummy, or apply it topically. And actually 1 drop is equal to 26 cups of peppermint tea. That little oil packs a powerful punch. I like to add it also to my homemade coffee creamer. It's wonderful, or just a drop directly in my coffee or the filter before I actually make the coffee. It's another great one to use for emotional support. I like to use it to increase my alertness and clarity. And that is a great thing if you're working from home, working in an office, or even in your car. Pop it in the diffuser. It's gonna help with your, not just clarity, but your accuracy of results. Who doesn't need to be more accurate? It definitely was used a lot when I was a teacher in the classroom, when my students were studying, and then when they actually took the test. And we had amazing results with it, and we all stayed awake. No, I did not sleep with my students when I was a teacher. Lemon and lemon vitality. So lemon is a bright, cheery scent. What's cool about lemon is since we actually cold press all of our essential oils from the rind of the citrus plant, this doesn't contain any acidic properties, which means it's not gonna eat away at your teeth or your tummy. It's actually gonna be made in a way that with the rind, it's actually gonna help those 2 areas of your body. So don't be worried about the pH of this. We've done the testing, pretty cool with it. And it's also neat to think about how it's produced. This is a great one combined with the previous 2, especially springtime for me. I love them together. I also love this in the diffuser with peppermint because it is also known to increase mental accuracy and a clarity of thought. You want to ingest this essential oil every single day because you want to make sure that you're getting those nasty petrochemicals out of your body. And what I mean by that is this lemon oil, when you drop just 1 drop in your water, you can actually drink it and it's going to help detox your entire body. That means it's going to eat away at those petrochemicals and leave you cleaner and refreshed from the inside out. So I definitely ingest that every day. It's also a great addition to cleaners and it's very uplifting. Again, I could talk about all of these oils forever. Gave you a lot more than 3 uses on that one. The next one is frankincense. This is my favorite to tell a story about. It always makes me feel super knowledgeable. Not really. When I got my kid, I literally only knew about frankincense. I was like, it's for baby Jesus. It was for him and he used it. And if it's good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me. Go ahead. I know you're laughing at me right now and that's fine because I literally had no idea how powerful this oil was. I only knew about biblical references to it and I wasn't really sure about all of these therapeutic properties it might have. It actually is wonderful for healthier skin. It's wonderful for a visible tightening effect of your face. Legit visible tightening effect. I mean, maybe if you're 10, you don't need that, but anybody else, you probably do. We all need that in our skin, on our skin every single day. And that's because it's great for your skin, but it's also great for your emotional stability. It's a great oil to use for that. It's also one that I tend to use very often when I just need to feel a little more grounded. And even when I need some help focusing, I like to use it. I really like to inhale this one, put it in my palms and inhale it, or use it topically. There's also a Vitality version of this oil, and with the Vitality version, love to put a drop right on my tongue to help with occasional anxiety. And this is a very valuable oil that on its own, it's almost the same price as this whole kit we're talking about today. So I'm so thankful Young Living chose to put it in here just for us to take advantage of. Copaiba. Let me find my friend Copaiba. This is Copaiba right here, and this oil is super cool. It actually comes from Brazil, and it's tapped from the trees, kind of like maple syrup. And what's really neat about it is it's a mild tasting oil, and it's known as the Great Magnifier. Any other oil you add copaiba to, it's gonna magnify the effects, which means it's actually going to enhance the effects of that oil and give you your money's worth, right? Because this is gonna enhance an oil that might be a little bit more valuable, and it's also going to still not overpower with its own fragrance. What's really neat too is that you can actually pair it for immune support, and it's going to be a mild flavor with it. I like to put a drop of copaiba and Thieves in my Ningxia Red shot every day. I also use this one on both of my kids when they were teething, and they went right to sleep. Right neat on their gums. Tip for you for later. Thieves Vitality. Thieves is definitely our most popular essential oil. You've probably heard of it before. The Thieves line is world renowned, and it's actually a blend of cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, and lemon. And it's modeled after, or the name is modeled after something really cool that if you look up just the four thieves, or if you look up a little bit about this historical, not wives' tale, but it's oral history. And it was that during the time when the bubonic plague was going around, people were robbing the dead and dying. And when they were apprehended, they asked, "What do you use?" And they actually said, "Kind of crazy. We just were spice traders and we coated ourselves in all these spices." So that's what Thieves is modeled after. And we have an entire line of cleaning products, dish soap, laundry soap, tons and tons of products that are just for you to get your home toxin-free. #1 cleaning oil right here. #1 immunity oil right here. Very important. Never run out of this oil. And that cleaner, like, guys, you can clean every surface of your house, and then you could eat off of your floors. I mean, whatever. Maybe you don't eat off of your floors, but I know you've dropped something before and you've thought about it. Now is your chance, friends. Pick up that food. Go ahead and enjoy it. The next one is Digize. Digize or Digize Vitality. I love this oil when I need it. It's one that I would definitely say is an oil that I don't have to use every day, but it is there when I need it, because you cannot use what you don't have. Digize is for digestive support, either too much digestion or not enough digestion. You have this on hand, the Vitality version you can use internally with some honey or in a capsule, and then you can use the non-Vitality version topically on your stomach. It's great to actually layer with peppermint as well, and I always use this one when I'm traveling, because guys, when you're traveling, your digestive tract sometimes stays back where you left. Yeah, we all need this. We also need this so that when we're traveling overseas, we don't bring buddies back with us that we're not invited. Keep this one on hand at all times. The next one is also one that I use for more occasional discomfort. And what I mean by that is I don't have to use it every day, but if I didn't have it, I could never use it. This oil is Panaway. So Panaway is one that's great for tired muscles. It's great for soothing your head. It's one that's great for growing pains in kids, or even as you get older, got some aches going on, you can use this. I also like to use this one after I've worn heels, because I don't really wear heels and my feet hurt. So I have to use some Panaway for sure after an evening out or a special event. The next oil is Raven. So Raven right here is for comfort during the winter months. I make a DIY chest rub with just coconut oil and Raven, and I love to put it on my kids' chest, on my own, and then on our feet. And it's also great to drop a few drops of Raven at the bottom of your shower for a steam shower that's really gonna make you breathe nice and easy. I also use it prior to a workout, especially in the cold, to again help me with lung capacity. And I love using this. It's one that I also just like the smell of it. So I'll use it in the diffuser by my bed or even downstairs sometimes. Citrus Fresh is, again, I know y'all are like, she loves all the oils. I truly, really do love all of these oils. And I am so excited that you're gonna get your hands on them as soon as we finish with this video, because they will change your home. They will help you in so many ways, but they will also help you learn more about how your body functions and what feels right for you and what's gonna bring you again to that level of vibrant wellness. So Citrus Fresh, the way that I do that with Citrus Fresh is actually like to make a carpet sprinkle, a carpet deodorizer with some baking soda, some Citrus Fresh, sprinkle it on, and then vacuum. Great in the diffuser, it neutralizes the air, it purifies the air. I like to add this sometimes to my Thieves household cleaner to freshen things up, and I use it a lot on my wool dryer balls in the laundry. Wool dryer balls are a great way to eliminate thousands of toxic chemicals that could be in your dryer sheets. So I pop the Citrus Fresh right on the dryer ball, throw it into our dryer, and then I just get to be at ease with the fact that I'm doing what I can to not only make our clothes smell good, but preserve our wellness and protect us as a family from all those nasty toxins that could be out there. The next one is a bonus oil, and I always laugh because I'm like, y'all, this isn't a bonus oil. Like, this oil is essential every day, and if Young Living did not include it in the kit, I would have been super sad to not experience it at first. And this is called Stress Away. So Stress Away is an oil that, if you think about the most stressful situations in your life, traffic, babysitting 3 kids, they could be yours or someone else's. It's all stressful. Maybe 8 kids. I don't know. Whatever's stressful for you. Or grocery shopping with multiple toddlers. Like, you've seen that mom. You probably should give her some Stress Away. You should probably tell her, here you go, friend. Have some. It's on me. So Stress Away smells a little bit like a margarita on a beach. It has a lot of lime, vanilla, copaiba, lavender, cedarwood, and it is an awesome, awesome oil for you to actually attach the next goodie that comes in your PSK. And this is a roll-on fitment in the top so that you can make this a roll-on and you can roll that stress away all day. There are a couple other goodies in this kit that I want to make sure you know about. Ningxia Red samples. So Ningxia Red is something that I could teach a whole class on, but I'll be quick. It's a super fruit supplement that's actually made from the Ningxia wolfberry from the Ningxia province of China. And it's going to support all of your body systems, digestion, which we need more of, immunity, cardiovascular. It's going to be great for your bones, ligaments, muscle, for like everything head to toe right here. And all you do is pop in your refrigerator. Your cells will thank you once you take it out of the fridge. Tip it up. You just need 1 ounce a day. This is 4 ounces right here. You can take the whole thing at once, or you could spread it out and have 1 ounce a day for 4 days. So definitely check this out. Let me know what you think. I love this, and my entire family has it every single day. The next thing that we have in there, this is brand new, exciting, is we actually have a sample of the Thieves Household Cleaner, and this is enough for 1 24-ounce bottle. And again, I said you can clean all the surfaces of your home. Young Living makes it super easy for you to share. Let me explain something. I love to share with my friends when I found a new restaurant or a new pair of jeans. I love to share my church and how much it's done for me in my life and how to get people plugged in. I love to share about my neighborhood and my kids' school. And I bet you love to share those things too. So with Young Living, what we do when we all say we do this as a business or we do it as part of our life, it's because we share with people. And when you find something that you passionately love, you're gonna wanna share with others too. So even when you're brand new, you're gonna find one of these oils that truly made a difference for you, and you can take one of these cards that describes the oil, pop about 10 drops into this, and give them out to 10 different friends. If you don't wanna do that, you can also make a sample, or not sample, a travel kit for yourself so that you can take all your oils with you and have them on hand every single place that you go. I always say have oils, will travel, and that means I'll travel with my oils to teach somebody, but I'll also travel with my oils for myself because they are tiny little bottles that we use every single day and that our bodies thank us even when we're traveling that we're able to apply them and use them. So there are 3 ways that we can talk about how to get started with this. I know that's what you've been waiting for. You're here for the reason you're here is to actually figure out how to meet your health goals and how to take the next step in this journey. Before we go through those, I want to make sure I don't forget to tell you about our monthly Wellness Box program. It's my favorite day of the month. Every month when I get a big old Young Living package on my porch, I get so excited. We unbox it, I do a video with it, my kids get excited. And that's because in that little box, all of our supplements, our snacks, all of our makeup and skincare and body wash and hair care and cleaning products, laundry soap, literally everything but basically toilet paper and paper towels. I'm sure they will come out with reusable paper towels at least one day, but that comes to my door. And Young Living actually gives me back 25% on that order every month. That's crazy, right? That means like I order 300 PV of it and they give me back 75 points to use on future purchases. It's amazing. So this program, it starts off where you get 15% back and then it works up to 25% back. And what's super cool about it is you don't have to spend any more than $50 a month to be part of our Wellness Box program. I'm telling you about this now before you even get your hands on this first kit because you will want to make a list of your health goals and work through them. And Essential Rewards is the way to do that. So Essential Rewards or your monthly Wellness Box, that is an awesome program that we can help you get started with today. And you can at any time as a member of Young Living hop onto your virtual office, click on it, and get started that way. So there are 3 ways for you to initially decide, how am I gonna do this? Like, where do I even begin, Ashley? What's the next step? And the first way is the good way. And the good way means right now you're looking at it, you're like, okay, I'm gonna grab this diffuser right here, or the Dewdrop, which is a separate design of a diffuser, and this awesome PSK. I'm gonna get that to my house and I'm gonna use it. And that's gonna be my first step towards wellness. It's gonna be my commitment to my family that as the gatekeeper of my home, I will no longer tolerate us using synthetic fragrances that can house up to 3,000 chemical constituents. I will no longer tolerate choices that I'm making to unintentionally harm my family through the use of fragrance and formaldehyde, and I will no longer have petrochemicals, or I will no longer have to think about what I'm ingesting when I have that, cup of tea every day or that other kind of beverage every day. I'm gonna make healthy choices. So I'm glad that you're pursuing that first step. Can't wait to welcome you. The next step is the better step. And when I say the better step, this is where I would personally recommend that all of you at least begin considering to start. Because again, we all clean, like I'm pretty sure even if you hate cleaning, you clean something. And this is the PSK right here, plus you're gonna add on a bottle of that Thieves Household Cleaner. That Thieves Household Cleaner, $27, a bottle will probably last you the whole year, maybe 6 months if you really are clean and happy. And that is a way that you can really start with a giant step towards non-toxic living. The third way to get started is what I would call the best way to get started. It's the way that I prefer for people to get started so they can actually show that they're serious about wellness goals and make a big impact on their family from the get-go. And that is by joining Essential Rewards, getting that monthly wellness box plus the PSK. You can start that by just adding on 50 PV to your initial order. And I hadn't mentioned this yet, but this kit is only $160 and it actually retails for over $330. So it's like Black Friday every day. And I love a deal. I'm sure you do too, but I wanted to make sure you knew just how big of a deal this was. So you buy that PSK, you can add on 50 PV or more in Essential Rewards. And if you want to really take a plunge into your health goals, I want you to sit down right now or go ahead over the internet and talk to the person who invited you to this class, the person who sent you this link, the person who cared enough. They cared enough about your health. They cared enough to truly take the time to send this to you, follow up with you after you watched it, and help you get started in the best way possible. So thank them, make sure you tell them what you liked best about this class, and then we can't wait to welcome you to be part of our team and be part of the health journey along with you. Thank you.